Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we're playing a bird tribal deck. And this is one of my favorite decks to do every set is we get to play birds. And we have done this just about every set, but this set we have so many more pieces to make this super awesome. And so what we're doing today is playing a little bit more of a janky version of the deck that I still think is very powerful. We have all the pieces to make it very powerful. I typically build where I have just tons of really cheap birds, favorable wins, maybe like what was it? We don't even play it anymore because it's not as good as Icon of Ancestry. Radiant Destiny, we would play that with birds as well. But now we have Empyrean Eagle. We have our Icon of Ancestry, which also works with Teshar, by the way, to help bring us back more of our every other bird in the format in our deck. And also we got Winged Words, which helps us draw 2 cards every time as long as we have a creature with flying, which is most often going to be 2 mana to play that. So that is pretty much the deck. Play birds. We have some really good ones, really fun ones. Sky Theater Strix is really good because it gets pumped every time we cast a non-creature spell, which we are casting, hopefully, Rally to Wings. And this also counts for our favorable wins, Icon of Ancestry. All those things also work with it. Unbreakable Formation, amazing card if we are going wide with this deck. And we do have Warden of Evos Isle, which is another M20 card that comes in here. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast. And so I'm interested to see if this is actually useful. I'm playing 1 copy of it. If we run into it, I think it's not a bad 3 mana bird. It does make a lot of stuff cheaper where sometimes it is a little bit more difficult to play your Surrey Disciple, your Strix. But I don't think that you necessarily play, you don't necessarily have a bunch of these. And then Teshar, whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And so we can do some fun stuff there. We also do have 1 copy of Mu Yingling, which is creates a bird elemental. Also maybe lets us take down some toughness or power or toughness from a flyer. A creature loses flying, so we can swing in with that. And we need to add a couple Sky Tethers. I knew I was missing something. 2 Sky Tethers will be perfect. Let's go down. I think we'll go down the chart, of course, and we go down. I don't want to lose any more birds. Let's go down 1 favorable wins. We have a lot of 3 mana things. Like I honestly, we might end up having almost too many lords with all this. And so I think that's pretty good. We definitely need to have Sky Tether in the deck. It's just so good. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how it goes, and wish me luck. All right, let's keep this. This looks really good. We have Healer's Hawk, the Strix. We also have Winged Words to help us find some more birds, which is one of the biggest issues with this deck sometimes is getting enough birds to make it worth your time. But man, getting all sorts of notifications. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for liking the stream and for the follows, and shares also are very, very helpful. Curtis, thank you for the share. Yeah, let's do this madness. Ooh, that is not too shabby. Let's go ahead and swing in with the Healer's Hawk. We're going to play the Strix afterwards. Swing it in. Looks like they have the shock. Boo hiss. Eric, thanks so much for liking the stream. And Devin, thanks so much for sharing. You're the bomb. You forgot to switch it to you, Devin. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's do this. I'm not sure if I want to pay too much life here. We can get down an Assistant and Winged Words, or we can Icon of Ancestry, swing in for quite a bit, and kind of have that available to us from here on out. So let's actually just do Icon of Ancestry on birds. And this is one of the beautiful things about Icon of Ancestry is that we get to go digging for birds. All right, swing in with Strix. Down to 17, pass the turn. Legion War Boss. Okay, okay. We can actually Sky Tether him just fine. If we find another land, we'll do that. All right, so we find land. So Artificer's Assistant. Winged Words. We're going to play all this before combat because of the Strix. And let's just Sky Tether the War Boss so they never, like, we're not going to deal with him, but we're trying to go more aggressive. We're not going to let him mentor. He gets to keep getting peeps out, and that's fine. But we can start blocking him pretty favorably with our birds. All right, so down to 13. And again, we are just a very, very aggressive deck with this, with birds. You are swinging over the top. Everything's evasive. You keep pumping them, and hopefully all their peoples die quick. And Sky Tether gives him Defender, so he cannot attack. And that's pretty sweet. We're wearing the same shirt today, Francis. That's awesome. All right, swings in with the Gabos. We're gonna block. I mean, if he has shock, we're gonna be dead anyway, right? There's there's nothing wrong there. All right, so let's play. Let's Healer's Hawk. Swing in for 4. Down to 9. Icon of Ancestry. I'm going to play it now to see if we can get another Healer's Hawk. There we go. Dude, Icon of Ancestry adds so much to this deck. It is so sweet. Because one of the biggest issues is when you started kind of flooding out. Like, we are drawing way too many lands for this deck right now. But the fact that we have Icon of Ancestry and we can go looking every time, and even if we got out 2 of them and we had 6 mana, we could go digging twice every turn to find more birds, to play more stuff. And it's just really difficult for people to deal with that, especially once we get Healer's Hawks pumped. You know, if we find an Empyrean Eagle, I think we just have lethal next turn. We're doing 8 already. Any of our pump spells, in fact, like the majority of our deck will help us do this. All right, so they do have a removal spell now. These Gabos are annoying, so no blocks. We'll just take our beats. They can't remove one of our guys, which I'm thinking they're going to have to. If they fight, does this just do damage to it? It does fight. I mean, I'm fine if they lose the Legion War Boss without Domri's out. Moses, dude, normally I don't like to watch streams on Facebook, but as long as we're having fun playing Magic, I'll give it a try. It sounds great, my friend. Yeah, I honestly, I've actually really enjoyed Facebook as far as how it's worked so far. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on things that you don't like about it, because I'm hoping that we can maybe find ways to improve it, at least for my streams and stuff like that. There's an Icon of Ancestry. Playing it before combat. A historic spell, so it works with Artificer Assistant. Put that to the bottom. We get to grow the Strix, which means that we now have lethal, even if this doesn't resolve, but it will. And so now we swing in for the Leaths. We could even kill Domri if we wanted to. But bam, bam, bam. That is how you do it, my friends. Oh, man, I am loving birds. I think that they are very, very powerful right now. Jay Andrews, thanks so much for liking and sharing. You are the bomb, my friend. All right, let's play this again. And see how it goes. I mean, honestly, I think that birds are going to be very powerful. It all comes down to, do they have like tons of removal right away? Because having lots of removal is hard. Tyler with 100 stars. Oh my goodness, dude. Thank you so much. Burp beatdown. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let's get this. All right, keeping this. Rustling Falcon, Geist, Tricks. Hopefully into this Eagle if we find land. If we don't find land, then Winged Words will help us out a lot. And we should be in good shape. All right, so we'll wing it in. Glacial Fortress, Strix, pass the turn. Feeling good. Oh man, all right, this is, oh, I'm hoping there's not, so the board wipe that they typically play in red, Empyrean Eagle dodges because it's the Flame Sweep, which does 2 damage to everything. But now that we have the Eagle and all these guys have higher toughness, which is one of the main reasons why you played Wrestling Falcon, is that extra bit of toughness, especially once you get it pumped and everything, is kind of insane. We're going to have Unbreakable Formation for next turn as well. There's going to be some cool stuff happening here. This dude's name is great. Two-Tone Tuna. I didn't even notice. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet name. All right, let's... Dude, J. Andrews with 95 stars because you're awesome. Make the best decks and aren't super broken on purpose. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's... I'm debating if I want to Unbreakable Formation here. I have a feeling like there's might be a counter. We're going to grow the Strix either way. I want to kind of hold back on one bird just in case. All right, opponent has the Absorb. Boo, hiss. All right, swing it in. Down to 11, past the turn. Love your bird flight deck concept more than mine. Dude, I think, yeah, Mike, I think this was your deck, right? The one that you submitted. I think I changed it up a little bit. This was a viewer-submitted deck, which is another reason I'm loving... All right, don't have another Absorb. We're going to play the Empyrean Eagle, though. I mean, come on. You got to play another one. Looks like they might have a counter. Maybe a burn spell. But now Lightning Strike doesn't kill the Eagles, so... Swing it in for 9 points of damage. I mean, they basically have to have a board wipe. And now if they spend board wipe and we get to play this Warden, that's a big reason why we're holding it back. There are lots of board wipes at 5 mana. People haven't been playing them as much from what I've seen. All right, so there's the Cleansing Nova. This is the Jeskai control deck. All right, so play Serra Disciple. Pass the turn. Do they have another board wipe? We need to find an Icon of Ancestry to start doing this. The Empyrean Eagle is kicking butt. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. It's sweet. There's Lyra. All right, Sky Tether. All right, let's Winged Words. Look for Sky Tether. We're going to play Island. Winged Words again. Oh, no Sky Tether. All right, and no attacks past the turn. This Lyra is going to kick our butt. It's pretty bad. Dude, Devin with the 200 stars because you're competitive. Oh, man, yeah. We have 95 stars, 100 stars, 200 stars. Dude, thank you guys so much. That is awesome. Super cool. Super cool. All right, swinging in with the Lyra. Yep, no blocks. Up to 7. We get to do... With favorable wins, we actually get to do 7 points of damage. All right, so they do have Justice Strike. I think they're trying to get to this Search for Escanta. He was at least hovering over it. They're pretty far away from it right now. More removal. Removal is bad. Teshar. I'm not sure if I want to play my hand in case of another board wipe, but I think we need to get stuff down. All right, grow Serra Disciple, play favorable wins. Swing in. We get to gain some life back. We're not going to be blocking Lyra. Bring him back down to 2, though. If he does swing in, we do have enough to deal lethal. So can't really swing in without killing more of our stuff. Teshar works great if we find an Icon of Ancestry. Unbreakable Formation. Unbreakable Formation, unfortunately, lets him gain 5 life when we swing in, so I'm not sure if it's quite worthwhile. It might be better to use as a block. All right. Teferi, pretty annoying.
I know my responsibility.
And let's see how this does. Dude, I love birds. Birds are so fun. What's your guys' favorite tribal deck right now? I'd love to hear down in the comments below with YouTube as well as here in the chat. What's your favorite tribal deck right now? Because there's a ton of really fun tribal decks. All right, bounces the favorable wins or tucks it. Interesting. I mean, that does let him swing in and not worry about dying. Knights. Elementals hands down. Yeah, elementals are really fun to play. Like, even though they are completely broken, it is really fun to play. Well, we're not going to be able to kill Teferi. I'm wondering if it's worth just swinging it to Teferi just so that they don't have more card draw here. This Lyra is so annoying to deal with. We still have a chance at lethal. If we don't, like, they get so many looks for answers though is the issue. But right now we still have a chance for lethal if we find like Rally of Wings or anything like that. As long as if they swing in with Lyra or Sky Tether. Sky Tether will also help us out a little bit there. Insects, yeah, it's cats. Cats is always, yeah, cats are fun. We need to do a cats. I can't remember if there's too much extra value for cats this time, but it's pretty fun. You still love dinos? Yeah, dude, dinos are fun, Mike. Absolutely love dinos. In fact, we need to do another dinos deck here sometime soon. All right, bounces the Tashar. And I think that we're going to get controlled out of this game. They had the board wipe at the right time, and that's enough to make winning very difficult. What do we have on top of our deck? That is the question. And maybe I just have too many... I might just have too many lands in the deck. I don't think I actually know how many lands, but we should not be drawing this many lands in this deck. I think we're at like 22, 21 lands. I mean, this has been a really long game. So there is that. We did draw a lot of... We did use 2 winged words. So I guess there's that as well. We did draw a lot of cards. You wish you could stream MTG, but your PC is a potato. It barely runs it. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I've had to do a lot to make this work for me as well. All right, let's go ahead and draw... use winged words. Empyrean Eagle and Favorable Winds. All right, let's play Favorable Winds. I'm expecting this to get countered. All right, not countered. We'll pay the 2 life Empyrean Eagle. The issue with not going towards their face... let's go ahead and... We have to kill one of the Teferis. We have a small chance of coming back. If we find a Sky Tether, we can get rid of this Lyra. And we can still kind of go aggressive as long as they don't find another board wipe in time. Your personal preference with lands is a 2-to-1 ratio. 1 land for each non-land. Yeah. Only 2 new cats and 1 is a reprint of the 3-1. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Icon of Ancestry adds a lot to it. So, I mean, there is that. I feel like Icon of Ancestry is definitely good. Empyrean Eagle. Well... I'm going to play this for like maybe 1 more turn. All right, now we're going to scoop. All right. At that point, there's no real way that we can come back. If we had a Sky Tether off the top, we could have killed Lyra, but they just had both Teferis to go off with. We only had 1 creature to really deal with them. So that was game. You know, let's actually go ahead and take this last game or last 2 games into ranked because I do think that birds have a chance. Mono Red is pretty good against birds as long as they put the focus on our birds. Otherwise, we can race against Mono Red pretty effectively, I found with this deck, especially if you find like Unbreakable Formations and things like that. Ooh, that's a very interesting hand. No early game stuff, but big creatures later on. I'm actually going to keep this just to kind of... This is for science. 3 Favorable Winds. There is a chance we're just going to play all of our Favorable Winds and no birds ever if we don't get to our 3rd land. But otherwise, this could be very, very effective. We found, and this is one of the issues, and this is actually why I went down to 3 Favorable Winds, 3 Icon of Ancestries, is because I don't want a hand full of only that, typically. But for science, we're going to try this out. All right, we're actually going to get out more Favorable Winds. Feather, they have Reckless Rage, which is really annoying. It does a lot of damage. If we can get our stuff out of the range of Reckless Rage, we actually have a pretty decent shot against Feather because our guys are just going to be all big boys. For science! Jeff keeping questionable hands for science since 2019. When did I start doing this? I think it was 2018, actually. And honestly, for a long time before that as well. All right, let's create a 4/5. Let's play a 4/5. Why not? Because it's fun. If we find land, we're going to favorable winds and Sarah Disciple. The issue is they're going to have God's Willing, which will give them protection, be able to swing in with stuff as well. We're going to see how this goes. I do think that we have a shot. All right, Defiant Strike gets a draw card every turn. Hey, he did it on our end step. That means he doesn't get it back. Good job, dude. Yeah, so not everyone knows this about Feather, but you have to play it before our end step. Oh, dude. Prison Realm. Rough. Rough stuff. Jesse, thanks so much for liking the stream, by the way. All right, swings in. Gonna pump. Gots the pumpage. Gonna scry, indestructible. Sky Tether would be decent just to preserve our life total, but we actually need to find a way to get rid of this dude. All right, well, let's favorable winds. Sky Disciple. Or Sarah Disciple. All right, so we know that they're going to have the Sheltering Life. So they have Indestructible, so it's not worth blocking this as long as they have Defiant Strike. And Reckless Rage. Oh, my goodness. What do you do about this, man? It's so rough. Logan, thanks so much for liking the stream. I appreciate it. If you guys will, also please follow. All those kinds of things helps me out a ton. All right. 10th District Legionnaire. Yep. I'm not sure if the hand was slow. They did end up having the Reckless Rage. They would have had Feather. I think that ultimately we were just in trouble. They had the insane hand with Feather. They had all the pieces. They had the Feather on turn 3. We kept a little bit slow. And a little bit slow, I mean, like, it was crazy slow, you know. And Empyrean Eagle can only block one thing. If we find a 1-mana bird, we know that they have the... Yeah, so this is game. If we found a 1-mana bird with the Empyrean Eagle, we could have both dodged the Reckless Rage. But without it, we are dead. Dominic, thanks so much for liking the stream. The same inconsistency you've had with my deck. Either get a curve hand or a complete junk. Yeah, which honestly, I should be mulliganing more aggressively, especially with London Mulligan. Again, that was for science. And honestly, I think that against most decks, that would have been decent. Like, where if they didn't have... you know, a Reckless Rage every single turn. And again, I think that if we were able to string together like some 1-mana birds, we might have been able to stabilize there just because of how powerful those birds can be. So I do think that there was a chance of that doing okay. Eben Rose, bring it on, bring it on. A little bit awkward with only 1 white mana. I just don't know how aggressively we need a mulligan. I do like this hand. Healer's Hawk, Winged Words, Sky Tether. A lot of great stuff, all in the wrong colors. Let's play Island, pass the turn. I almost wanted to play Glacial Fortress just to have a chance to like hit a Sky Tether or something if we needed it. Fanatical Firebrand. That's annoying. Alright, so we actually are okay with losing... Actually, do we want Healer's Hawk or Sarah Disciple against this deck? Let's play Healer's Hawk. I'm assuming it's going to die to Fanatical Firebrand. It saves us some damage. Do I have any Vanquisher's Banners in here? No, I don't. Icon of Ancestry kind of fulfills that role for me, I feel like. And so, yeah, not really worried about that at the moment. We need to find some stuff. We might actually just Sky Tether this Runaway Steamkin. They can have the mana pumpage, but the damage that it outputs is actually really annoying. So, play Plains. Next turn we can... Alright, so Runaway Steamkin. Sky Tether. Gonna kill the Healer's Hawk. This kind of makes their board dead, though. I mean, mono red deck not having done like any damage until turn 3. That's pretty slow for a mono red deck. And so the issue is that we're just kind of have to kind of be racing them. Sarah Disciple good against a good blocker here for them. Do you have Rally of Wings? Yeah, I have 2 copies of Rally of Wings. So let's go Sarah Disciple. And let's play Strix. And pass the turn. Yeah, because we have been hitting our lands, maybe we should go for a Vanquisher's Banner. Honestly, though, I feel like I might want to be going down some lands. We've had quite a bit. All right, another Pyromancer. Boo hiss. All right, so I'm actually not going to block. We win this game by having a wide board and getting Lords out. And so we're going to have to start... I mean, with how many Lords we have in our deck, it's been a little bit awkward not finding anything here. They're going to be empty-handed hopefully soon. They could have an Experimental Frenzy, which is awful. All right, Rustwing Falcon. Winged Words. Man, this has been a little bit rough. Hallowed Fountain tapped. We have been finding so many lands. Do I just have way too many lands in the deck? But this is like way too many lands for how many lands we should have. Like, I need to go double check and make sure we don't have too many lands. I may not have gone down our lands, but we should be 21 like tops, especially with how much card draw we have. What in the world? All right, well, I mean we can play this. Like we kind of have to play it. It slows them down a bit, but I mean they get to kill our Moo on next turn anyway. Actually, wait, they don't get to kill it because it goes up. I forgot about this. I was thinking of taking it down, but this does actually slow them down quite a bit. Yeah, free air elementals, but it's dead to these guys right away. Which, I mean, damage going towards Mu Yingling is damage that's not going towards our face, and so we're pretty happy about that. Maybe I just need to be in red for the Flame Sweep as well. I mean, I just don't know how we come back from this point. This is just too much, too little, too late. We can hope that they don't find much else. We're definitely going to block these guys. We have to. We have to block aggressively at this point. Icon of Ancestry would actually be great because we can go digging for a bird and still possibly play it. So block, absolutely. Our best chance is to kill as many things on board as possible and hope they don't find a good pool. And hope that we stop drawing lands. Even if we had 24 lands, this is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there anything we can draw? Healer's Hawk. Healer's Hawk. Let's heal the critics. Yeah, there we go. Time Wipe would be pretty nice. You're playing an aggressive go wide deck. You don't throw a board wipe really typically into that deck. Maybe a Settle the Wreckage. Settle the Wreckage would be okay. I could maybe see that we could fit one Settle the Wreckage, but let's go check out this deck list. See how many lands that we're running. 22 lands. So we can go down to 21. Because we were running Teshar, I was wanting to make sure, and we have so many 3-drops. I was wanting to make sure we got to our 3-drops. But that was a little bit ridiculous. What are we? So yeah, go down an island and up I don't know. Maybe a Sarah Disciple. I feel like we were wanting more birds overall. So let's go up one Sarah Disciple. Anyway, so this is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video overall. I'm going to end the video for YouTube here. But overall, I do think that this is a very powerful deck. if you draw all of your lands, that's bad in any deck. And so, I mean, it's rough. But overall, definitely love the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.